Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and today we're going to preview some of the boxes that have recently come into my shop for service and repair. We'll look at which ones are going to be videos, and well, we'll talk a little bit about the reels themselves and a little bit about their histories, their manufacturers, and so on. So these are going to be previews of reels that customers have sent in or dropped off. I hope you enjoy them, and if you do, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe to my channel to see the videos on how to service and repair, please use that notification button. That'll let you know when I'm posting, and well, you can make a decision as to whether you want to watch that or not. The videos themselves, well, they span everything. You're going to see the first one that was actually a drop-off. A neighborhood kid said, "Oh, my reel opened up. I was trying to make it work. It wasn't working. The button's stuck. It doesn't release." This is the Zebco 202. It seems like it's the reel that everybody grows up fishing with. It's gone through several iterations. This is a relatively newer model. Has the star adjuster on it, and this kind of a plastic case, plastic top type of a reel. But I'm going to put it back together for him, and we'll solve that issue with the frozen button there. That seems to be one of the failure points in these reels. Quite honestly, a lot of folks that buy these reels, it's their first time reel. They're not familiar with servicing reels, so they just kind of fish it until they break. Usually what happens is over the winter time or in storage, that shaft that goes up and down, controlled by the button, gets grease on it, it dries, it becomes glue-like, and well, it doesn't operate anymore. And it needs to be serviced. A lot of times, unfortunately, those reels are relatively inexpensive, so folks tend to make them disposable. That's a shame. All right, the next one comes in from Cole. I just finished doing a reel for Cole, and he asked if he could send in another one. Cole is from Connecticut, so we've had a local drop-off. Now we have what appears to be a reel in a bag project, or at least we have the Daiwa with a handle and foot guard. It may just be that they wanted to save space in the packaging. Nope, this one's opened. So something's happened here with Cole. It's an opened reel. We are missing some of the internal works here, the side plate screws. We'll find out what's going on. I think maybe he attempted to service this and, well, didn't leave a note in here, but probably attempted to service it, couldn't get it back together again. This is a Daiwa reel. It's the C-line. It's the 20H C-line. This one does not have the level line guide, and it's the C-gate, not the C-line, the C-gate 20. I'll put it back together for them, and well, hopefully in here we have all of the pieces and parts. I don't mind helping out folks that have been viewing the video, trying to do it themselves and got stuck along the way, resulting in a reel in a bag project. What I do kind of worry about, of course, is when somebody tells me that all the parts are there and they come up short. Okay. Well, this one comes in from Alaska, so we've just gone from Connecticut to Alaska. That's quite a span. And what we have is a Penn 49. This is Joe, maybe. This comes in from Joseph. This is a Penn 49 reel. It's a trolling reel. This is the one that is controlled by two levers. You have the opportunity to override your anti-reverse so that you can fight the fish without tearing up the drags. You can put the drags in the on position. That locks in the anti-reverse, and it requires you to manage the fish by the drag washer. And then the top lever is the free spool for letting line out and then locking it in for control. So Joe sent that all the way from Alaska, and I'll be happy to work on that one for him. And, well, again, if you'd like to see these videos, please use that subscription button. That's the easiest way to see them. Now, I have a lot of Penn 49s in the library, so I probably will not do the video on this one. Next up is from New York. And seems to be our day for the big saltwater reels. We have a Daiwa level line 40 here to be serviced. This is from Glenn. This is a Saltist. I don't think I've done the big Saltist. This one has the lever handle on it. It does have the line guide feature. So, well, I think we'll do a video on that one for Glenn. Daiwa Saltist competes with the reels from Shimano and Penn. All three of those companies have very good reputation, very nice offerings in that. This one comes in from Chris from Virginia. Getting worried for a moment there that the reel is just going to be in this bag. Fortunately, it's been boxed up. And we have 3 reels here. We have 2 Ambassadors. These are Ambassador C's. They're made in Sweden. This is the 6500 CL3. I just had Scott sent me a reel that needed that override. It wasn't there. Okay, that seems to be working fine. Here's a second one. This is the 6500C. This one, there's something going on here, but I don't know if it's just the line. This one appears to be frozen. It may just be that the line's tied off and I can't see it. But right now that one looks like it's in for a significant repair. And one of my favorite reels from Shimano is the Shimano Charter Special. And that's what we have here. We have a 4-ball bearing Charter Special with the level wind guide. This one is the Charter Special TR1000 lever drag. And we will certainly go ahead and try and do the video on that. I don't believe that I have a video on that one. But recently I did do the one that included the TLD 15. And the Charter Special is not that far off from that. And well, hopefully we'll get those out. Get them serviced and get them back to Chris so that he can take them fishing again. All right. Well, we got one more in. It's also from, I'm going to leave that as it is for the moment. It's from Kevin. Kevin has sent me reels before. Kevin is in Minnesota. And, so we've covered Alaska, Minnesota, Connecticut, Virginia, New York, and a local drop-off here in New Jersey. Let's see what Kevin is sending in. First up, this is a Shakespeare Alpha. I just went through a whole bunch of Alphas. By the way that bail is sitting there, I'm going to guess that bail is not tripping. We have an issue here with the bail trip. Those are usually easily rectified. These generally have a spring in there with a little hook that comes out, locks into that bail arm. We can't solve that for him. This is a big one. This is a Pinnacle, so you can't find Pinnacle reels any longer. Pinnacle and Silster kind of joined up in the end there to be a company, and they went out of business. I believe it was 2010. This looks like the same kind of an issue here. We have a dancing bail with this one. I did a video on that, and I call those ballerina bails. You set them and then they kind of just do that little over the top thing. Sometimes that's just a matter of a bent bail wire. This one certainly looks like it's well out of shape. We may be able to rectify that and make that reel work good again for Kevin. Kevin didn't tell me where he found these. All right, well, here's one of the hardest working reels out there. It's no longer available. This is a Shakespeare Tidewater 10L. And these are very dependable, very strong reels. I'm not sure what's going on here. That this should not be spinning when you're letting line out. So there's something going on in there. But and there's also a noticeable gear grind in this one. If you look at the current day Okuma reels, the Okuma Convector and the Okuma Classic, they pretty much use the same internal architecture as that Shakespeare Tidewater, which I've said on other videos is kind of interesting because they're competitors. They're not working together here. Here's another one that's kind of stuck. This probably is a pawl that's sticking because the worm is moving, and well, not much more. Well, let's see now. No, when you go to gear, it's not working, but your spool is turning. That's very unusual. That almost says like the wrong gear is in there. All right, broken line probably. We'll take a look. Why did that one break? We have a big Mitchell now. These are, well, these were class acts. They still are. This one's very clean. Almost invariably, you will get the spider cracks that you see here on that gear side bearing. That just happens to be a fault of this particular reel. Again, another strong reel. This reel is about the size of a Penn Long Beach 65, and it was competing against the Penn Long Beach 65 when it was released. Here's another one of these top sale reels. This one's actually by True Temper. So True Temper purchased Ocean City in 1957. They kept the Ocean City brand, saying Ocean City by True Temper, for 2 or 3 years, and then they switched over to the True Temper brand. But if you look at the Ocean City 945, it's the same reel as the 945 True Temper. These are great little reels. They compete with the Penn 9. This is a top sale. Again, this one's not free spooling either. You shouldn't have the handle turning in free spool. So we'll go fix that for Kevin. All right, let's see. It looks like there might be one more in here. There is. And this is another conventional reel. This one is an Abu Garcia. I don't think I've seen this one before. This is an A20 level counter, line counter. The line counter is broken. That's obviously from some kind of a trauma, a hit on a pier wall or something, but the reset button here is gone. So is that. But the reel can still go fishing. And we're going to take this apart. I haven't seen this one. It's not in my library. Seems to be working nice enough. We'll find out what makes that one tick. Okay, well, that's a preview of the reels that have come in. Quite an assortment. You can just see from what's on the table here that they're very interesting reels. And, of course, put that with the Daiwas and the other reels that we looked at a little bit earlier, the Ambassadors and the like. And it should be a fun week in the shop working on these projects and doing our best to capture some of those on film to teach you how to do it yourself. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you stick around for the videos that will be published soon. Again, if you like these types of things, please subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please use the notification button. Before we leave, I want to thank our first responders and essential personnel and all the folks that are responsible for our public safety. They do a great job, and I don't mind recognizing them day in and day out. To everyone, well, go grab your reels. If they've got some flaws in it, if they're sticking, if there's an issue with them not performing the way that they should, get them fixed now, because the fish are coming, and you don't want to miss them because your reel is, quote-unquote, in the shop. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.